Hi everyone, Carolyn Russin here, professional life coach. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're talking about, are you really living in the now? Actually, before we do that, I want to introduce somebody. I have taken on my first moderator for the group. So Joy Thompson, welcome aboard. You're going to be seeing her a bit. She's going to be helping me with tagging new people in the welcome posts, and if you're looking for more information, some of those. So you'll start seeing her name in comments, and she has been a huge help so far. So thank you so much, Joy, and please welcome her. She's been a member of our group, but you'll be seeing a little bit more of her. Tammy, nice to see you. So today I want to talk to you about what's holding you back from living in the now. And I'll tell you, one of the most common reasons people are not living in the now is because they're so overwhelmed. And so when you are so overwhelmed, your brain starts to shut down and you don't start noticing things, and you're just kind of just getting by with what you're doing. And this becomes, instead of a necessity just to get you through a tough time or a busy time, whatever it is, for many people, it becomes the norm. And so it's normal for them to feel overwhelmed all the time. And it's interesting because I work with lots of different women of different ages. Mainly it's the 40 plus. I do have a few clients that are younger, that are like late teens into their 20s. It's fascinating, some of the things that they're telling me about. They feel that they have a terrible memory, that they don't remember things, that things are just kind of a blur to them. And it's the same thing. It's because they're living in this overwhelm. So it doesn't matter if you're 20 or you're 60. If you're living your life in overwhelm, you're missing out on so much, and you're just getting by. I know sometimes a rude awakening for many people can be a tragedy. I just learned about a friend of mine who just got a terminal diagnosis, and it's like, holy crap. And it makes you reassess your life. Hi, Susie. When you look at somebody, especially when they're young, that this is what's happening to them. It's a reality of, holy crap, I'm so lucky to have my health. I'm so lucky to have my family, whatever the situation is. Hi, Laura. And so living that life, that day to day in the overwhelm, sometimes it really takes a smack of the side of the head of, oh boy, that could be me. And now what? And that's the key. It's the now what. Because we can all be living in that overwhelm. We can all get that rude awakening. And then a few days pass and the overwhelm just kicks back in again. And this is where I'm always after people about, okay, when you realize that's where you're at, now what? What are you going to do? Or are you throwing your hands up and just continuing on that ride? I talk about, it's like being at the top of a water slide. And you have all that overwhelm, and you just start going down that slide and throwing your hands up like, this is my life, this is all I can do. Well, it's not true. There's lots of things that you can do. But it's about taking charge of you and your life and thinking, no, I am going to do something different. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to reach out for help. I'm going to try this strategy. I'm going to, venture out this way. There's always choice. But when you throw your hands up to overwhelm, there's no choice. You're only going one direction, and that's not being in control. So not living in the now. It's hard to live in the now when you're living in overwhelm. It's like two different entities. So it's one of those, are you sitting back on your heels and just watching life go by? Or is it time to step up and say, okay, enough. I need to speak up for myself. Give me a thumbs up if you feel that overwhelm. And that's not uncommon. And especially after COVID, like there was so much overwhelm. It was like this panic was being created, right or wrong, and I'm not getting into that. But all you had to do was watch the news and it would create panic in you. And it's like that feeling of overwhelm hasn't left most people, even though things have changed over the last few years. That overwhelm has just kind of continued. So it's about regaining control of your life and trying to decide, okay, this is what I'm going to do. One thing I want to teach you, and I want to do this right now with you. One of the reasons you get so caught up and overwhelmed is also how you're breathing. And I know that sounds so basic. People talk about, oh, breathing. And you know what? If you had said this to me like 15 years ago, I'd be the one rolling their eyes. I'll be really upfront with you. But it's true. There's science backing this. But this is what I often do with clients, especially who are feeling a lot of anxiety and overwhelm. Because what happens is when you're in that state, you are breathing very shallow, very, very shallow. You don't get breaths going all the way down. I had a client last week that I talked to her about this, and she didn't understand what I meant about breathing all the way down to your belly, because she's only been breathing up for here for so long. So of course she's not going to know. Hi, Lisa. So right now I want you to do this with me. Okay. And it's called box breathing. Some of you may have heard of this before. I do it slightly differently. So basically there are 4 stages to it. Therefore it's a box. So the first stage, you're breathing in. The second stage, you're pausing, you're holding the breath. The third stage, you're exhaling. And the fourth step, you're just pausing. Hi, Janice. So, but I do it in different amounts. So we're going to inhale for 4, we're going to pause for 4, we're going to exhale for 6, and pause for 4. Because what happens is when you're panicky, when you're feeling that anxiety and the overwhelm, not only are you breathing very shallow, you're not exhaling everything as well, which is why you continue to breathe. So like you can't breathe deeply when you still have air inside of you. So it's almost forcing that air plus more out. So then there's room to take a deeper breath. So we're just going to do this for a minute here. Okay. So just wherever you are, just stop for a moment. And right now, just start taking a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath. 2, 3, 4. Try and get down deeper. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get it all out. Pause. 2, 3, 4. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale it all out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4. And relax. Okay, give me a thumbs up if that was relaxing to you. If you felt your anxiety or you felt like you felt more calm. I don't know how you came in, but let's do that. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you'd like to. Oh, you're on hole 8. Really need to breathe before teeing off. Absolutely. Hit it straight, Janice. Anyway, so that's one strategy you can do just in the moment, just to slow down. You know, we also talk about the strategy about, you know, looking for things in different colors. How many things can you see that are color red around you? You know, how many things can you touch? And that helps to ground you. I like the breathing because it's easy and you can do it in the moment. Nobody even knows what you're doing around you. Okay? But when it comes down to it, if you know you are living in this overwhelm and this is a day-to-day thing for you and you are not living in the now, hi Joy, then what are you going to do about it? I'm calling you out on it today. I'm calling you out on it because it's time to stop the complaining. It's the time to start doing. So whatever you decide to do, whether that's a strategy, whether that's things you're going to implement in your life, whether that's you're going to reach out for some help, whether that's I'd love to hop on a call with you. Free call, no problem. Let me know. Just type me below. We can set that up. Maybe you're going to reach out to a friend just to go out and just to dump and just to talk. Maybe you're going to reach out to maybe your minister at church, whoever it is. Just, I want you to do something. It's time for action. Life is too short. Don't wait until you have some tragedy in your life. Okay? Do it now. Now. So type below, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do for you to start living in the now? How is tomorrow going to be different than today? So what's the action you're going to take? Anyway, Joy, glad you were able to hop on there. You just missed, I did a little welcome for you at the beginning. So everybody, Joy is my moderator. You'll be seeing her in some of the comments and welcoming people into the group. So greatly appreciate it. But anyway, have a fabulous day and really think about how can I live in the now? Anyway, take care.